Hello everybody, this is Dee and welcome to my channel, Dee Plans and Budgets. Thanks so much for taking your time today to spend with me. I truly appreciate it. It is Monday, but as I mentioned before, there are going to be some changes to my schedule at least through September. And that is going to be that Monday is going to go to a true mini Monday, and then I'm going to be doing my roll and saves. Tuesday, I'm going to call it Tracking Tuesday, and Tuesday is going to be when we go over what I spent for the week and when we do my annual binder. Thursday will be boxes as usual, and Saturday will be my savings challenge binder as usual, and there will be no more Friday video. So today, since it's the end of the month, we're going to do the budget review for for May. We're going to talk about July's budget, and this will be the cash stuffing. So there will be no mini Monday today. However, if there is enough time, I will insert it at the end of this video. All right, so let's get right down to it with the review for May, because there's quite a bit of stuff to talk about for June, because there's a big change to my budget because of the RV. Let's talk about May real quick. So my anticipated income here was $47.85, and I just dispersed what I planned for, so that was not a big deal. My estimated amount for bills was $1894.28. I'm sorry, was $1894, and I actually spent $1828. Let me see if I can make this a bit bigger and still get you in here. Ooh, I can. Let me move me over and then move this over. Perfect. Okay, so my amount for bills, $1894 budgeted, and $1828 was the actual amount I spent. Okay, so next, let's talk about my variable expenses. These would be, people call cash wallet, that kind of stuff. It's expenses I have every single month, but the amount that I spend varies, therefore the name variable expenses. In consumables, $213.15. That's anything I consume for the month. That would be food, paper towels, toilet paper. Basically, if I can get it at H-E-B, then it's going to be in a consumable. Eating out, I did not spend any. I think I went out to eat once with my social group, but that came out of the social money. And then in regular spending, I spent $17. And hobbies, I spent some money this month, but not on happy planners and stickers. I told you I was doing a project to make some game pieces, and that was $11 I spent for that project. And then in my social group, I spent $75 and a total of $77 in gas. So my total in variable were $412. I got to carry over a lot of money into the variable, which, as you know, feeds into my sinking funds, my low priority sinking funds. Sorry. All right, I'm going to move down to the next page. In the next page, my sinking funds needed, I'm just going to talk about what I spent. What I stuffed doesn't make any difference because I don't spend it every month. That's just my annual amount divided by 12. So I spent $151.24 in medical, prescription, and then new glasses, which should be here any day because they have already shipped them. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad that they're going to get here before I leave on my trip. And then lawn was $106.76. It was mowed twice this month. And so the total, sorry, it adds with the total down here. And then $95.84 on poo travel. And that was a total of $353.48. Then let's go back up here and zoom you to this side. On clothes, it was $5, but that was because of a difference in price. I've been exchanging stuff forever. Anyhow, $165.11 in miscellaneous shopping and $386.05 in van gear. Most of that was my refrigerator, which I knew the moment I bought a fridge for my minivan that I would finally find the van I had been looking for over a year. And of course that happened, but I'm not mad about it, because when I bought my little refrigerator, compressor fridge for the van, I made sure it could be an either or. It means it can be a freezer or a refrigerator. And so the refrigerator in my new van, my RV, is little tiny freezer. Like I can maybe put an ice tray in there. So I can take my additional fridge that I bought and I can make it a freezer and use that in my van. And as I'd said before, then I can take home ice cream in it. So most of the spending was in that category. Also, I should note, I had to get some like wheel chocks and uh, balancing, leveling blocks, and like a power cord, a few things like that for the new van. So 556.16 was the total I spent there. Now for my monthly breakdown, the bills were 1828.68, variable 412.14, sinking, both my sinking and my travel 353.48, my low priority 556.16, and that equals $3,150.46. Now let me move this one out of the way. Hold on. Those totals equaled $3,150.46, and then, as you all know, if you watch my weekly recaps, $2,383.19 for my Italy trip. That paid off the cruise. It bought my flight. I have $3,400, I think, left in my budget. That is going to be all I need. I'm not going to have to go over. I'm so excited. So the total with that is $5,533.65. So it's worth noting that on my regular expenses, spending at that level would put me at a total of about $37,800 per year. Again, that's not necessary. It doesn't really mean anything because of the sinking funds, right? So I am super happy with this amount and that I got my Italy stuff taken care of. I'm going to switch us over to June's recap, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to make my a little bigger this time, and I don't care if you see the budgeted, because we'll talk about those when I come to it. So as you see now, my budget has gone up to $5,000 a month. In the previous videos, I wasn't listing that because that was just going all to my long term, and the long term does not get allocated until the end of the year. So I wasn't counting it in my monthly budget anymore. Oops, this should be. But now that this, at least through the end of the year, now that I have to do an RV payment, I'm adding that money back in. And I am going to do a video on the process of why I decided to do an RV payment, at least until the end of the year. Has to do with my CD, taxes, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do a video on that. But at this point in time, I have an RV payment till the end of the year. So my bills, which you've noticed from last month was $18.28, it went up to $24.30. This also includes the extra insurance for the RV. So bills 2,430 is my projected, and my sinking funds, again, consumables, I gave myself 300, eat out 30, spending 150, hobbies 35, and social 175 for a total of 690, and gas 175, a total of 865. So at the end of that, I have 1,705 left. And then I went through and figured out how much money I have to stuff into this needed category till the end of the year. Why that's there. And this was a total of 360 was all I have to put into this now each month until the end of the year. And so that doesn't necessarily add up to these, but this is just what I stuff into my sinking funds every month. And when you watch my cash stuffings, you'll see exactly what I'm stuffing in there. And then my travel is going to be now consistently, again through the end of the year, $632 a month, and that's for all my traveling. My traveling I do in savings challenges. My regular like needed stuff, my dated, my home, HOA, that kind of stuff, I just stuff in a monthly cash stuffing. And then I brought my low priority, what I would call low priority sinking funds. I brought them down to 160. And the reason I did that was because number one, I still wanted to continue with some annual goals. And of course, as you noticed, all that fund got used up with my RV payment. But additionally, I just had way too much money. When I lowered my variable expenses, I expected to hardly have anything left over. But I have just been really good with my intentional spending. And I am still, like, I've got even a buffer in that to stuff. So I've got way too much money for low priority. I don't need that much more because I'm averaging about $300 a month just in carryover. So I have decided to lower the regular amount of low priority into $160, and that's what I'm going to do in my roll and save each week. Okay, so for our recap, the bills are going to be $2,430. Variable expenses, $770, but that's not right. Hold on. Variable expenses, $865. No. Okay, let me see. Hold on. All right, I just went back and fixed it. Sorry to keep you waiting, which I really didn't because, you know, I'm editing out the dead space in between. Okay, so my bills were my anticipated bills for June are $2,430 with variable expense of $770. My needed sinking funds are going to be $360. My sinking travel funds are going to be $632, and my low priority sinking funds are going to be $160 plus my carryover. So that gives me a total of $4,352. And then my ex-man, my grandson's going to get $50 of savings, and I'm going to put $598 into my long term with a total of $5,000, and that makes a zero-based budget. I will talk to you when I discuss my budget reset about, you know, why I moved all the challenges the way I did and that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's kind of a weird time because it's the time of year I would do a budget reset. That would be at the end of June, but I'm going to be gone for 5 weeks in my van. So I'm having to try to manipulate and do some things before I have final numbers and such. So when I get back in August, I will just be talking with you about all the different things that may or may not change and how I'm doing those and why I'm doing those. Additionally, when I am traveling, I am going to do some informative videos about like why I decided to take out a loan and what intentional spending is, transitioning from a saver to a spender, that kind of thing. I'm going to be recording some of those videos for you from amazingly beautiful places. So let's get down to the cash stuffing, shall we? All right, let's get this cash stuffing done, shall we? I think I have you zoomed in appropriately. I've been trying to figure out all these YouTubers have their stuff so zoomed in. It's like I don't have any desk space when I do that. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, let's start with our sinking funds. And in order to save time, I went ahead and pre-filled the trackers because I'd love to maybe be able to get the mini done today as well. Now, vacations, van travel, cruising, and poo. That's all going to be done now with savings challenges. And when I get the challenges, I'll decide where I want those to go depending upon need. YouTube, I already stuffed for this month. So, lawn. By the way, I have my sheet right over here. Lawn is getting $30. And before I do that, hold on. I guess we should count it. Okay, 50, 70, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 5, 50, 55, 57, 59, and 60. Okay, now lawn is getting $30. $30 is going into lawn. And this total, this does add up and then go down, add up and go down because I don't get my lawn done all year, nor the same amount of times. So 1, 2, 53, 20, 40, 60, 80, 94, 5, and 7. So 407 I have for lawn service. I pay about $53 a time now because of taxes. They used to charge me less, but then they switched to an actual LLC. Now they got to charge me taxes. Yeah. Home is getting 25, 1, 50, 1, 2, 50, 75, 81, and 2. 282 in home. I keep my trackers backwards so I can get a quick look when I'm balancing if I need to. And in my electronics, $27 going in here. All right, 20. 5 and 27. I have this $1,000 placeholder from Ren. 1,150, 70, 95, 200, 2 and 3. 1,203. I think I want to get this to about $1,500. A phone and a new pair of buds. And then I should be good for a few years, you guys. I'm going to knock on some wood, but here, knock on some wood. But I should be good for a few years. I've replaced a lot of stuff this year. My watch. It'll be my buds, it'll be my computer, and my phone. Okay, so medical is getting $60. All right. 150, 70, 82. Why does this say? $150, 70, 82. 182 in medical. Did I get these confused? Okay, I'm going to leave this out and look into it. Okay. Now HOA has a total of getting $18, and we'll have a total of 408, 10, 15, 17, and 18. 1, 2, 3, 50, 70, 80, 90, 4, 5, 7, and 8. All right. And this one I probably just messed up when I did a consolidation, because I see everything's been added correctly in there. So 317 minus 150, 70, 82, 182 equals 135. Let's just get another 135 out of here. 20, 30. This is why I keep trackers, folks. The cash is there to motivate me, to make my money seem real, and the trackers are there for when I do things like mess up. Okay. There we go. Medical is good. Did I get the money for my glasses out of there? I sure did. And the money for my subscription? Yes, yes, yes. All right. It is good to go. Yeah, I don't see any mistakes. All right. That one's getting thick. Needs a bill consolidation. Let's start as we do with gas, $50, $70, and $80. I did, right before, actually, when I did the tracker, I did go ahead and transfer $500 to car maintenance. That is going to be almost fully funded now, and that car maintenance money is not for oil changes and stuff. That's the money that stays in here. The money that I transferred is going to be for tires. And I should need new tires as quickly now because my van miles are going to go down as I'm not using that to travel in all the time. So 1, 2, 53, 54, 20, 30, and $32 in gas, car washes, oil changes. Okay, now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 240, 550, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. And then there are $20 in ones. You might have noticed I only have 10s in there. I have got to get money cleared out of this house. I have too much on hand, and I don't want to get rid of any of my smalls. So I am going to be taking all my larger stuff back to the bank and keeping just my small on hand. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm not sure if that's how I did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's give it another count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then plus the 200 that I carry over. Now, so as I was saying, I'm going to take all the large back to the bank. I spend some of this money and I don't spend it, but when I spend it, I almost always carry it around with me in smalls. So I want to keep my smalls on hand and not my bigger bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus I've been collecting really pretty ones so that I can use those for like randomizers and that kind of stuff, or if I need smaller change and I run out of prop bills. Anyhow, that's my decision at this point. And let me see, spending is getting 75, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 5. Let's just go like that. And that total is 75. I did finally get to my 200 mark for my carryover. Yay. I had been spending all my spending every month, but I finally made it. Okay, and hobbies is getting $15. 10 and 15 is going into hobbies. And that is all it has in it, plus my carryover. And social group, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Most of this money goes in my purse all the time. So it's my 75 plus my 150 carryover. And just like that, we are done with this video, which means we will have time to do the actual mini Monday. Alrighty, I am so excited to be able to do this with you today. So in this pile, I have my buybacks, 10, 20, 30, 5, 40, 5, and 50. And I have my 51s. I'm going to be silent while I count. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, and I have in the number 1 spot from Zen Craftivity. Number 2 is Plan to Save Designs. Number 3, Steps on a Budget. Number 4, Isabella Gigi, April's Fresh Start, and What's Poppin' Sunshine. Okie dokie. I have a couple of challenges over here on the side. If I finish any of these, let's get going, shall we? And number 2 is getting 2. This gets in the way a little bit with this. You know what? Let me do this. Why is 2 getting all the money today? Hey, let's shake it up. Shake it up. There we go. Okay, I shook it up and 2's getting all the money. Should I just give it all to 4 and move on? Or all to 2 and move on? This is why when I do lesser amounts of money, I do it $1 at a time. Otherwise, like if that had been just $25, all the money would have been gone and it would have all gone to 2. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I may take some of that 2 money and disperse it. We'll see what challenge it is because this is ridiculous. Oh, seriously, dice. Okay. Y'all are seeing this, right? Okay, 5 and 6. Okay. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. $20. Okay, we're going to do it. But seriously, $20. I already counted that, so I'm going to put these 2 10s here. $20 of this entire thing. All right. Let's get these put into different rotations. Goodness gracious. This is why people don't understand probability, right? Because they, see things, well, what are my chances of getting another 2? And it's like, just as much as they were the time before. Every time is a different time. Okie dokie. We are going to finish this one from Steps on a Budget. And it got $4. It only needed 2. So let's grab this brown here. Yay. This has been a fun challenge. And I forgot where this, these I just randomize. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is 10. So I think I got rid of all my 10s now. I did. Okay, and this has 10, 25, and 30. You will see this tomorrow when we stuff it. Fantastic. And this can go anywhere. This is for my sinking funds, but I hadn't assigned this yet, so it can go anywhere that I need it. And I'm going to put this in here, and we're going to assign this one right now to RV maintenance. That's where a bunch of my money is going to go right now, and it's getting $2. And I think we're going to do, let's just get in here. I think I like the little color in his ear. All right. Yeah, that matches. Okay. $2 is going into this one. And this one is from Not Just a Budget. It is started and it will go into the number 1 spot. Okay. And next, from What's Poppin' Sunshine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2 5s. And we are going to cross this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this should now have $20 in it. And it does. $20. Okay. This is going to go into the number 2 spot. It'll be back next week. And here we go. Plan to Save Designs. Got all of the money. And I think I was using this pin right here. So $20. I am going to pause actually because I try not to edit this. So I'm going to pause and be right back. Alrighty, I thought this was going to be in here for a while because it was a $30 challenge, but nope, 25 and 6. It needs just $4 more to finish. I wonder if we'll get like no love next week. The randomizer will decide. Now in April's fresh start, I had one out because I thought we might finish this, but no. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I have the 2 2s left. So, or do I want to leave it out? No, because I'll get myself confused. So I'm going to go ahead and do in the 2 2s. Because this has now a 5 and a 3 left. So maybe I'll get $8 next week. We'll see. And let's consolidate because I have it. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this now has 10, 25, 31, and $32 in it, and this is from April's Fresh Start. And in the number 4 spot, or number 5 spot next week, is this going to be this one from Isabella Gigi, and I am just coloring in the little pepper parts. So 4 of those. I mean, I could color in the red too, but I can see that it's done here. On these minis, I'd be honest, if I wasn't doing it with you all, I would definitely do it quicker, but okay. And I don't want to, oh wait, here, let me see. Nope, I'm just going to leave this 2 in here because I don't want to add the 2 to my stash over there. Trying to get those 2s out. I've been reusing those 2s, but I have a wedding coming up and I'm going to be using them all for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm changing my mind because I want to get all those 5s back. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll get it next week. I'll grab that next week when it goes into a challenge. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So we just finished the 1 today. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. I almost did too many. So this now has 10, 20, 30, 5, 36, 37, 38, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to have 45. 10, 20, 35, 36, 37, 38. What did I do, y'all? Well, we're going to put those in next week and it'll be good. Alrighty. That concludes this video. I'm not going to keep you any longer since I did a big combo. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and until the next one, bye.